sir. Cheers, man.
Are we ready to tell the story of Beamer yet, or are we just gonna shoot? It probably, if you want like the whole thing, we're probably talking 2014, which was when I first crossed another buck we called split ear. That buck walked by me at 20 yards one morning. He's 3 years old. I didn't think anything of it. And the following year, split ear had turned into a buck that I wanted to shoot. So on September 19th that year, I went after split ear, and this guy here walked out. I watched him, I filmed him, and later that night, split ear walked out, and he got an arrow right through the back strap.
I just stuck a big 10-pointer.
And that's when I became completely obsessed with split ear. The next fall, this buck was over 150 inches. That was the deer I was chasing, and then kind of out of nowhere, this really nice, I thought he was a 12-pointer at the time, started hitting scrapes in an apple orchard in daylight. Well, I hopped in that one, I killed him.
I'm just on my way home. At 12 showed tonight, and I got an arrow in him. We'll see, but I gotta let him lay till morning. We got him, baby. The shot was actually a lot better than I thought. We got good penetration, and there was literally zero blood. But we did a little grid walk, and we found him right in one of the ponds, and this is my biggest buck of my life, and I couldn't be happier.
Bring on 2017. I had one picture in velvet and one picture hardhorn. He wasn't a homebody at all. But mind you, there's this other buck, split ear, who I'd put an arrow through his backstrap 2 years earlier. That was my main focus, and I saw that deer a few times. Opening night, I saw split ear in velvet. That was a specimen of an animal, and I hunted my ass off for that deer. And on November 7th, my cousin shot split ear.
It's November 7th. It's like 7:30 in the morning, and I've just dipped one in. My cousin AJ shot split ear yesterday morning around 9. Got 2 arrows in him.
And it wasn't a great hit, and we had to let him sit a night. We went in and found him.
Hey, what just happened? The buck just died.
That was awesome.
That was sweet. Oh, stuck the buck we've been after a couple years. Family's been chasing him, and yesterday was a lucky day. Yeah, I mean
Gosh, I didn't think that side had crab claw was that much bigger.
Yeah.
Last year.
He lost a little bit, or maybe not. I mean, he lost a little in some places. He's got a little bit more mass. I mean, his beams, they're probably an inch longer.
So I started thinking about this deer again, and to be honest with you, with one velvet picture and one hardhorn picture of Beamer, he was a complete afterthought. This buck is the buck I kind of focused on after split ear got killed. I got out and I wanted to try to hunt this deer. I found all these sheds, three out of 4 sheds within 100 yards. So I slipped in there and I just kind of like told myself, I'm gonna hunt this area of the woods the rest of the season.
All right, it's Friday, November 10th, and just got in the truck, just got done working, and it's time to go find a tree stand. Been a pretty good week. A couple buddies shot bucks. My cousin shot a giant by us, 6.5-year-old. Actually, a deer I had quite a bit of history with. I had an unfatal shot on him 2 years ago, so he's off the list. But there's a couple other really good ones around, so I'm gonna kind of shift the focus that way. And there's a stud 8-pointer that would look really good in my man cave. So
This was kind of what I was after that year, and kind of out of nowhere, I went out one Friday night hoping to see this buck, and it was getting dark. It was real dark. Like, shooting light was teetering on not being great footage. And was Beamer in the back of my mind? Yeah, 100%. But I'm sitting there and a doe just blew me out. It was to the point I'm like, I'm gonna pack up my shit and get out of here, you know? But all of a sudden I was packing up and I hear leaves and I turn around and this thing's 20 yards behind a doe. And he came in. The weird thing is I put a decoy out that night, and he came in and he postured up on the decoy like this, and I turned my dial to 20 yards. That decoy was at 20 yards, and he stayed at 30 and just stayed there. And I was like, shit. And all of a sudden he started walking back, and I'm like, oh man, he's leaving. He's gone. Like, that's it. You don't get a chance at that deer twice. He does not give you 2 chances. So all of a sudden he like turned around again. I gave him a soft grunt. He turns around again, and in the meantime with him turning around, I cranked that dial to 30, and he maybe gave me 6 inches past an ash tree that was dying, and I slid one right into his heart.
I just smoked beaver, dude. He's laying dead in front of me.
I made that one count. I hit him in the heart, and he might have went 40.
well, I got to sneak out after work tonight, and I got lucky, I guess.
So that was that's Beamer in a nutshell.